this album was when you got your yellow guitar, right?
Yes, that would be the...
Why yellow? Why did you go for the yellow? I mean, it's great, it works, but it's a very bold colour.
Yeah, I actually, I don't know why I felt yellow represented that record. There was something kind of vibrant about it, and I actually sung in the higher part of my voice. It was more sort of like a soprano than contralto, which is really my natural voice. And I don't know why, but I felt like there was the sort of passion and energy around that record that would be represented by yellow. So I ended up literally having this guitar made by this incredible guitar maker called Danny Farrington. Comes from down south, talks a lot like this, and he made this beautiful guitar for me. And he even put on the 12th fret. You can see there's the east-west thing here. I said I wanted like a lady's guitar, but I wanted it to kind of like be able to ring out beautifully.
How long did it take you to make it?
It took him, he's quite slow, love him. Because
I want it now!
He's the personal guitar maker to the rich and the famous, and he's always like, hon, I'd love to get it finished, but, you know, Dave Stewart's here, and I'm just doing something for the Prime Minister, Tony Blair. And it's always true, you know, you kind of go there, and there's like, goodness knows how many celebs with their orders in, you know.
Yeah. So, what is your personal style, if you could put it in a nutshell?
I would say I like to go for things that are sort of quietly sensual. Like, I'm not overtly sexual. You know, like some girls are all about the big hair and the buzzies, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I like to be very feminine.
Mm.
I mean, I can just like a blue sequin shirt. I can weep real tears if I see something like this. And
yeah.
I delight in being female, you know. I really do, you know. Like, I like always matching underwear, never wear jewellery.
Really? Got matching underwear on
absolutely.
Now?
I want everyone to know there's a pair of knickers that match this bra.
Nice stuff.
I love little details like that.
Yeah. And what are you comfortable in playing at a concert? What's your favourite thing to wear? You must think ahead and discover what you're going to be comfortable in.
I like to go for, I like a sequin to me.
You do like a sequin, and she's given our sound man a lot of trouble with these blessed sequins today. They're crunching away, viewers. Technically, the style on this show has been a bloody nightmare.
But he did concede that the sequins were worth it.
It looks bloody good there. Who cares if it's making crunchy noises? It's a fabulous shirt. You've got fabulous style.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for talking to me about it, Julia.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm getting word that the Julia Fordham interview is winding down, and we're now moving on to women of style and substance. I'm going to join them.
We're at that part of the show called Women of Style and Substance, and the lovely sisters Julia Fordham and Claire Cross are joining me for this. And Julia, let's start with people in your profession. Joni Mitchell.
I think Joni's like a vanguard, you know. I think Joni sort of is more than a voice of a generation. She just not only kind of paved the way and opened the door, she sort of like literally went through with a tractor.
The style of this woman's amazing. Look at Jack Nicholson.
No.
Sitting in the background here with a little camping hat on.
I think what's interesting about Joni as well is that she's a sort of classical goddess in that she's always had the same look, but she still pulls it off. Like to this day, when you see her, she's got this beautiful long blonde hair and her beret.
Well, here she is at your house.
And here she is, funnily enough, sporting that very gown at my house.
Could you look any more excited?
Julie Mitchell's in the house! Julie Mitchell's in the house! It was kind of like that, because someone said, we must take a photo. I was like, oh, I really don't like to bother. They're like, she's at your dining table. What do you mean?
Vonda Shepherd, too, from Ally McBeal show.
As you can see, my good friend Vonda Shepherd, lovely singer-songwriter, is wearing the exact same top as me, from Fred Segal's The Sparkly Top. We laughed our heads off. Vonda in the pale blue, I went for the grey, and there's Joni in between. Wow. She's the rose.
It's a great picture.
Yeah, I was so
adore
thrilled
Joni Mitchell.
Well, Joni is it.
Love Joni Mitchell. And now a couple of people from your profession. Your genre, Claire. As a journalist. Tell us who this is, girls, because America won't know.
It's Angela Rippon.
Angela Rippon.
Our Babs Walters.
Our Babs Walters. Yes, the first woman to read the news in prime time in England.
Yes, famously.
Yes. She had a very specific hairstyle, didn't she, Angela Rippon? It looked like baby chaffinch fallen out the nest, combed the feathers across the head type look.
But it's interesting what you were saying about hairstyles, because the three women who spring to mind who've retained their same hairstyle, Joni Mitchell, Angela Rippon, and of course Her Majesty the Queen.
Yes, of course. Well, one wouldn't think of changing one's hair this time in one's life. Might upset Mummy. Might not know who I am.
But with newscasting and journalism generally, it shouldn't be about style and clothes. You shouldn't be aware of what they're wearing because it should be all about the interview and the interviewee. And if you're telling a series, if you're reading about a disaster, be it an Afghan war or whatever, it shouldn't detract from the enormity of the story. We don't want people, the viewers at home, to be thinking, "Oh, look at her lovely blouse." If they're doing that, then you're out of it.
I think sometimes that rule isn't obeyed in America. I think it's personally, I do get offended by the glamour industry that
you have to
TV news is about in America, and the big hair and the makeup on the guy newsreaders in America. It's like, here he is with Caribbean sunset orange all over him. It's too much.
And they have to have a dodgy name: Stone, Phillips, Wolf, Blitzer.
Odd names.
It's all about the name, the hair.
It's too much about them sometimes, not enough about the news.
I'll tell you something else about America, is that you do see a lot of older women reporting, and not necessarily the most gorgeous women you've ever seen either. Age doesn't seem to be an issue here in journalism.
I don't know, I think sometimes in local news, I always see the older newscasters, they're sort of pushed out to the canyons in a rain mac, you know, reporting on the weather. It's like, just get back in the studio, I'm freezing. It's like, you know, she'll retire, she'll get so cold, she'll retire, the bitch. Ooh. Yes.
But as I say, it's not about the clothes, it's about the content.
Well, thank you girls for talking about women and style and substance, and thank you for coming and talking to me today.
Thank you for having me.
We loved it. We're moving in. I like this.
You're great gals. You're fab sisters.
Thank you.
And when you were recording something earlier, she was watching the monitor just going, look at her. She's like a movie star. She's so beautiful, my sister.
She is so
Oh, she really loves you.
She does, yes.
Guys, would you hug? Would you hug and do some... Oh, my God.
I must be American because I always want to cling to her and hug her, but she's repulsed by any kind of like sun. She's like, oh, don't touch me, back off. Yeah, I think she really does. Look at
Country, honey.
I want to see. I'll let you do. We're not in front of people now. Is it not in front of people? See?
Thank you very much for coming and talking to me today, girls. And now, me and Claire are going to do something that really isn't our style. We're going to shut up and let Julia sing.
I'd take a bullet for you. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles in anybody's shoes just to be with you. I'd cross the deepest ocean. I'd hold my breath and I would swim against the tide to be by your side. Picks me up and sets me free. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. I'd take a bullet for you.
We've reached the end of another exciting episode of Visible Panty Lines. A humorous look at style, a stylish look at humour. This is Claire Cross for Visible Panty Lines, California.